Hey mamas, thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate it. So, today we're going to talk about getting triggered as a mom. Have you ever had like those moments where you're like about to like snap and lose your SHIT? Well, obviously, we've all had those moments, and I've had those moments, and I wanted to share today about what I do when I feel triggered. I always try to catch it during the time. It's not always perfect, but I am aware that I need to work on it. And it's something that I've been working on and that it's been working for me. Métrame el libro, mamas. So when I feel really, really triggered and overwhelmed, I take a second to pause and I I talk to myself too. I'm just like, okay, pause, Jess, pause. So I stop myself from reacting how I initially want to react. And then for me, just looking at her face, I don't know, like I kind of like, I snap out of it because in that moment I see myself. I see little me. And how at her age, I was just learning, I was getting to know the world, and I get in her shoes and I'm like, you know what, she's not trying to be difficult. She's just learning about the world, learning about emotions, learning about everything, how everything works, how mom reacts. And she's sucking all of that in also. So then I take a deep breath and I tell myself, you know what, Jessica, you're like overwhelmed, you're tired. And she's not trying to be difficult. She's just learning. And it's not her fault, and it's not my fault. So that self-talk helps me to bring myself back to her with more softness, with more empathy, and instead of reacting how I was raised. And in that moment, I break a cycle, even if it's still a little messy, even if it's not perfect. So, as I was saying, I took a little break because she needed a hug. She's not used to me kind of like creating videos in front of her, I guess. So there's a reason I get triggered, and it's usually tied to something that has to do with my own childhood. Actually, like 99.9% of the time, it has to do with experiences from your childhood. In those moments that I notice I get triggered, I notice that's my childhood. When I didn't feel safe, when I felt like I didn't feel understood, and my mom didn't have those emotional tools that I have. So I'm definitely grateful that I do have those tools, that I can now react differently or choose differently with my own daughter. Even though it's not always perfect, it's hard. It is hard because 37, so it's a lot of years that I've been used to this certain cycle. I just feel grateful that I can change things and break cycles now that I have a daughter. I've been doing inner healing work for years, but it's really hard to apply. But now that I'm a mother, I feel like I just want to protect her, but I should also do it for myself, because I've realized that I just have this tendency to shut down and not receive or not speak up, even positive things. It's not just negative things, or maybe actually I speak out a lot of things that I don't like, but it's harder for me to speak of things that I do like, and that's a real thing. So if you've had those moments too, you're not alone. You're not doing anything wrong. It's not your fault. But choose to take a pause, even just once, and choose healing. Believe it in a good way. So thank you so much. If this resonates with you, please don't hesitate to subscribe and drop me a comment if you've had one of those moments and you would like to share, or anything in particular.